Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. You read the title, Omar Richards to Nottingham Forest. Crazy, man, crazy. So yesterday I was talking about how Bayern should keep him because, I guess Lucas Hernandez would now be our backup left back. Well, according to Fabrizio Romano, Pletigo, just about every source in the world, he is off to Forest. This is weird because I wanted Bayern to keep him. Nottingham Forest, I think in the 90s, back when the dinosaurs existed, they were a good team. So I think they just got promoted. Now they're going to be in the EPL next year. So it's a good move for them. And I think Forest got a lot of money, so they're spending it on players. Interesting. Do you think this was a good idea from Bayern? Selling Richards, the stories were he loves Bayern, he's comfortable, but the club ultimately decides who stays here. And it looks like we're going to have to find a left back. And that's another thing in the transfer window. Which left back is going to be a backup for Davies? Omar Richards was perfect because he had just enough ability to be a backup, but not enough to be a starter week in, week out. But to be fair, he did start some games and showed us some ability. His passing is good, just in between the lines, linking up with our wingers. It's good. His pace isn't the greatest. He's not Davies fast. So now Lucas Hernandez might be our main left back backup in case Davies gets injured. This isn't a good thing. I don't know if I like this. Omar was just there, He was just there. That's why we signed him on a free. Maybe the club is thinking of it like, all right, we got him on a free. We're paying like $5 million a year for him. We paid his agent fee and his sign-on bonus, and it was like $1 million. And now we can sell him for $10 million and profit $4 million. So maybe the club's thinking of it that way, and it's just a quick little buck. But we're Bayern. We don't care about profits, only losses. No, we do care about profits. That's why we were the only club in Europe to turn a profit during COVID. Crazy, right? Nah, this Richards thing is really interesting to me. Fabrizio Romano coming out with it was really interesting. I thought it would have taken longer. And apparently, he's not at training. So he's not going to be I think he traveled to England for his medical check, and then he's just going to join Forest. There's some add-ons. So it's 10 million, and then I don't know if that's including add-ons after, or it's 10 million when you already include the add-ons. In that case, we didn't really profit anything. I don't know. It's Bayern, man. What are you supposed to do? It's Bayern. Maybe Bayern bought him thinking, he's going to be another great left back. And then why did we sign him? He's been here for a season, and he's off to Forest. I would have understood a loan with a termination clause at any time, a buyback clause maybe in this deal. I would have loved a loan, but it's not a loan. It's a permanent goodbye, which is, it feels weird because I'm like, this kid came here, he's learning German, and now you've messed up his English for the rest of his life. Now he's going to be saying Scheiße. He's going to be saying all that everywhere, and you just sold them to Nottingham Forest, who are probably going to get relegated, let's be real, next season. And he's going to be back in the championship. This sucks. This sucks for him. But, man, so speaking of training, Robert Lewandowski is expected to come back to training. The Pole is set to show up for training at Sabana on July 12th, although his opinion regarding a move has not changed. So Levy wants to leave, but he's a professional. I told you this. Lewandowski is not the type of player to leave training. He's still a professional. He's still the guy that wants to train and get better. So he's going to show up to training. So now, according to Carrie Hu from Sports One, Julian Nagelsmann wants to have a backup for Alphonso Davies at left back following the departure of Omar Richards, which is weird because you could have just kept Richards. Maybe Richards wanted to leave, but he never gave us any indication he wanted to leave. No one ever thought Richards was leaving this summer because he's been saying he loves Bayern. This is a dream. He's one of those players that's still in awe. He looks at Muller and he's like, looks at Davies and he's like, He looks at the entire club's in awe for him. He came in from Reading. So, that was a big step up for him. So he's still looking at it like, this is my dream club. I don't care if I'm not playing. I like being on the bench. If anything, he would have wanted a loan to get some play time and then improve. So the club is exploring the market now. Lucas Hernandez would be an alternative if no new player is signed for the position. I hope Bayern don't go out and get some 30-year-old or 35-year-old for left back just because we need a backup. I hope that's not the case. I hope we think of it objectively. We want a player to push Davies to be better and more consistent, and we want a player that Davies can push to be better and more consistent. For me, that was Omar Richards, and now we're selling him, so that's weird. Looks like tomorrow, Mane is going to start training, and the majority of the international players will return. That's crazy. Nice. So Friday is a good day. And there's going to be a session with Kimmich, Gnabry, Goretzka, Kingsley Coman, Alphonso Davies. Tomorrow, Mane and Nassar Mazararu join training. That's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. Hey, Van der Vaart has been throwing digs at Niklas Zula. Yesterday, he said signing De Ligt is a great signing for Bayern, and it'd be a right step for De Ligt. And then he said, De Ligt replacing Zula, and he says, I've never been a big fan of Niklas Zula. If we were to get De Ligt and compare the two, Bayern would absolutely improve in quality. That would be a transfer for the future. De Ligt is much better than Zula, and I would have to agree. Niklas Zula just had potential. But there were moments where, I don't know, man, he's not imposing. He's not leading enough. And that was his problem. Yeah, he's a great center back. He wins headers, but it felt like he was never present, never powerful, even though he's big. Yeah, he's fast, but it takes him a while, so he looks slow. But De Ligt, man, this guy's a powerhouse. He's beating Chiesa in races. I said it right, Chiesa, baby. The Italians can get off my booty now. They were telling me, you are not saying it right. Shut up. You are not saying you are a black from America. Oh, shoot. I just became an Italian and was racist to myself. I'm sorry. Italians are great people. I have some Italian friends. I love Italian food. I go to Italian restaurants all the time, and I always get the spaghetti. All right, anyways, it's so cool just seeing Van der Vaart just throw some digs. It's funny. So, yeah, the Telegraph saying they already agreed to deal. He's not in training today, so you can only assume he's leaving. Yo, Barcelona's president, Joan Laporta, ex-politician who's now running a business, never a good combination. Don't hire politicians to run a business, or any club for that matter. But Barcelona is a circus, so I guess it makes sense. We made an offer for Lewandowski, and we are waiting for a response from Bayern to see if it is possible. I want to thank the player for the efforts he made to come to Barcelona. Bayern are evaluating the offer, and we are waiting for the answer. Well, Bayern want 50 million. Bayern believe Barcelona won't exist in 2 years. They'll be too broke. Can you blame Bayern? Barcelona is selling their image rights, their stadium rights. It's all insane at Barcelona. And in business, you expand your assets and limit your liabilities. Barcelona is about selling their assets and expanding their liabilities. It's so opposite. This club is ran like trash. They shouldn't have been signing new players. I was one of the few people to go, Xavi is going to be successful at Barcelona. But, yeah, no. So, out of nowhere, Joan Laporta is saying they made an offer, and they'll see if they're getting a response from Bayern. Bayern don't care. Like, let's be honest. If it's not 50 million, Bayern are ignoring it. They're going to send a nicely worded no to Barcelona. Hello, the Barcelona. We at the FC Bayern have considered your offer, and we say no, nein. That's what Bayern are going to say. And it's going to be nice. It's going to have all these things about how Barcelona and Bayern have this long history of doing business. And if Barcelona want this player, they're going to have to get serious. You know what I think? I think Bayern should go to Barcelona and be like, hey, give us De Jong. Why not, man? Frankie De Jong, De Ligt in the same team would be crazy. De Jong would fit the Thiago Alcantara mold I've been talking about. I mean, we signed Ryan Gravenberch, but he's number 8. He's not going to be your Thiago Alcantara. He's not going to be a number 6 that dribbles and goes through pressure. Yes, he's going to go through pressure as a number 8. He's a great ball carrier, highly technical. He's more of a Paul Pogba type. Really long legs, crazy stride, passing the ball. He's great at doing it. He's great in the offensive aspect of the midfield. But I don't think Gravenberch is the type of guy to run back and tackle, read the game like N'Golo Kante, and never get – it's just never going to happen. So we'll see. David Raum could be an option. Yeah, that could be interesting. So, he's an assist machine, they call him. He's too good to be a backup. Yeah, I mean, that's the question. Like, what is a backup player? Is it a player that can push your main starter to be better, or a player that just, I don't know, goes above and beyond to do certain things, right? To actually start week in, week out. And what do you define a backup? What do you define as a backup? I don't know. That's our problem here. So Bayern are going to have to look into this and go, crap, we probably shouldn't have sold Richards. If Richards wanted to leave, it's a different thing. But he never indicated he wanted to leave. If anything, if he wanted to leave, he would be on a loan. Bayern probably just thought, all right, he's not good enough. Maybe his mentality isn't there. He's behind in training. And it's easier to let him go because he's not German. He doesn't have any friends here. He complains about the weather. I don't know, man. Things other than wanting to play go into the decision to leave a club. De Ligt plays every game for Juventus. Why would he want to leave? Well, maybe he's just tired of it. Maybe he wants to be at a club he likes, Bayern. Maybe he believes in the Bayern structure more than the Juventus structure. I don't know. Maybe he believes Juventus is falling behind, especially in Serie A, where you have Inter Milan reaching new heights and AC Milan getting better and better year by year with the management of Maldini and the other things. So maybe he's looking at it like, all right, Juventus is kind of drastically decreasing. So I might want to jump ship before this whole thing sinks and my career goes with it. That's what De Ligt's thinking. But we all think it's because he wants to leave the Bundesliga, right? Who's the backup for Davies? We don't know. It's going to be Lucas Hernandez for sure, unless we buy someone else. That's the thing. We have to buy someone else. Lewandowski's best friend on whether the player is considering going on strike. I don't know where the rumors about a striker coming from. There was never such a thought. Since Robert said he will not be renewing his contract, there has been a hoax of spread to hurt him and build resentment towards him. So there was a lot of hate and serious threats against him online. Playing with emotions as a club is a part of football. But these days you have to be careful and not to exceed limits. It's true that no person is bigger than the club, but no club is bigger than a person. Yes, that's a lie. Yes, the club is bigger than the person. Wait, that's maybe his wording of that is what makes it true. So no player is bigger than the club, but no club is bigger than a person, not player, a person. That's good. Transfer window is still open. Robert has made it clear he wants to leave, and talks are happening. Different scenarios are still possible. Changing clubs while you still have an ongoing contract is quite normal in football. Bayern also signed players that way. Well, I find it interesting. I read this post, and actually it was supposed to be a joke, but Lewandowski basically said, what player would want to play for Bayern if Bayern treat people like this? And then I'm thinking, we signed Mane, we signed Gravenberch, Mascherano. We're about to sign De Ligt, and he wants to join Bayern, so that's even crazier. And we might get another fullback. So people still want to join Bayern. I think the Lewandowski situation is complicated because Barcelona are broke and Bayern want to freaking bankrupt that club. It's a personal agenda. We want to see Barcelona pay us 50 million up front and have to worry about their increasing debt later. It'd be funny for Bayern. Bayern Munich would not do the same thing against Liverpool because we can see the future in Liverpool or Man City, right? See, when we negotiated with Man City, why do you think Man City gave us Sané for like 30 million? It's because they knew, dang, Bayern are always having great players. We might want one of their players in the future. So let's give them Sané. And you have a good relationship with Man City because of that. You have a good relationship with PSG or clubs that will exist in at least 3 years. Barcelona are moving like they're on poverty and they're homeless and they're holding a sign, they're a crackhead, and they want money. That's what Barcelona is acting like. So Bayern don't care. We're gonna squeeze money out of you. And what are you gonna do about it? All right, you're broke. Players, you're selling De Jong to get Lewandowski. De Jong is 24. Lewandowski's like 34. 10 years. Like De Jong's the future. Lewandowski is the now, but he's clearly just gonna be over in like a year and a half. Why are you doing that to your club? And why are you gonna spend 50 million for him? So Bayern don't respect you, bro. We don't respect you. You know when some dude is just with his chick, and you're just like, all right, I know that chick is only with him because of his money. Because he's not a confident man, so he doesn't have charisma. He's ugly, which, looks for men don't matter for women because women are about status. But you're looking at the mans and you're like, you don't deserve that girl. You're like, she's only with you because you're rich. She probably bangs your brother, who's slightly more attractive and a little bit more charismatic. That's what it's like looking at Barcelona, right? You just look at him and you're like, you're not it. You're not that man. You're not him. But Bayern, you look at Bayern and you're like, all right, this club is going to screw me over. And girls look at Bayern and they're like, he's going to smash me the way he wants and when he wants. He's an alpha. So I can't really treat him like any other guy. I have to treat him like he's special. So they treat us special. Clubs give us their players on a cheap because they know one day I'm gonna be in Bayern's debt, and they are the worst club to owe because they don't like debt. They don't like having less money. They're gonna screw me over when I actually want a player from them. So that's what we're doing to Barcelona. All right, we're just not respecting you. We don't respect your grind, baby. We think you're an overnight success and you don't deserve it. Koulibaly or De Ligt? Well, according to Fabrizio Romano, Juventus is looking at Koulibaly. So is Chelsea. So is Bayern. As an alternative to De Ligt, Juventus wants someone to replace De Ligt. Oh, shoot. There's more updates about De Ligt. Salihamidzic traveled to Italy yesterday for a first meeting with Juventus regarding De Ligt. He met with sporting director Federico Cherubini in Milan, spoke for around 3 hours about a potential transfer. Juventus bosses are now aware that De Ligt is convinced of a move to Bayern. Unlike at Juventus, the player likes the attacking style of play at Bayern. Mino Raiola's agency, which represents De Ligt, has stopped talks with other clubs for the time being. Hey, yo, W Mina. W's in the chat for Mino Raiola. That's kind of crazy, man. Mino Raiola died and his players are holding his legacy. The fact that I think Mino Raiola learned something from the Pogba situation. My man is still agent businessing in the grave, bro. So they learned something from the Pogba situation. They saw one of their best players in their agency get screwed over by a club with no project, but they paid him a lot of money. Yes, money's great, but legacy's better. Now, what difference does it make if you're a billionaire and you died, but no one remembers you for anything? Who's going to care about Bill Gates when he dies? Fair, great, you made Microsoft. Come on, anyone could have done that. He stole Microsoft. But who's going to remember Bill Gates? But everyone's going to remember KSI because they actually created a genuine connection with KSI. So I'm like, maybe Mino Raiola's agency is looking at their players like, all right, look, We want them to not just be rich, but to have legacy, to be legends in the game, because that's truly greater than money. So that's why they're looking at this Bayern situation like, all right, let's get De Ligt to Bayern, a club that's going to be stable and make this player better than they are. So Brazzo was in Italy yesterday, probably still is in Italy, and De Ligt likes Bayern's attacking style. He's also a Bayern fan, and it looks like De Ligt has stopped talking with other clubs. So Chelsea, Bayern have not made a 75 million bid offer to Juventus, which is what I was doubting. There's no way Bayern are paying 75 million. Maybe the total would add up to 75 million in one way or the other, whether it's add-ons or some impossible to reach clauses. Concrete numbers have not been negotiated yet, but Juventus said to have signaled that they are willing to negotiate with a fee around 75 million. All right, now we're talking. According to Christian Falk, De Ligt agents have suspended talks with Chelsea and are waiting to see whether Bayern and Juventus can reach an agreement. So De Ligt is ours, according to Christian Falk. And hey, people hate Falk because he's just annoying, and he was sucking off the Premier League teams a few years ago with the Havertz thing and the Werner thing, and the Sancho thing. But he was right, though. Like, he was right about Havertz going to Chelsea. He was right about that. He was right about Werner going to Chelsea, even though we all knew he was. He was right about Sancho for a while. He said Sancho was going to stay at Dortmund, and he stayed. And Falk can be wrong, but he's right about the key things. And he knows this De Ligt story is big. This is a chance to suck off the Chelsea clubs, all right? And he's not doing it. So Bayern are already in agreement with De Ligt. The intention of the club is to move closer to Juventus' asking price. The Italians are unwilling to go under 90 million euros. This is from a different source. That's not true. Bayern ain't paying 90 million euros for De Ligt. We're going to end up with a deal of around 55 million plus 20 million in these impossible to reach add-ons. Juventus ain't squeezing 90 million out of the FC Bayern. Hell no. We're going to negotiate with peanuts, bro. We're going to show up with like 50 cents. I've got 50p. F you, Fosted. Remember that meme? That's what we're going to act like. So, Matthias De Ligt's agents have suspended talks with Chelsea. Great. Paul Wanner wants to get more time this season and develop as a regular starter at another club in order to recommend himself to FC Bayern. I agree. I think, look, I already said it. The Bayern Academy is not good for youngsters that have already developed to a certain level. Playing for Bayern 2 is not the same as playing in the Bundesliga for any other club. So I think players should go out on loan more. It would be more beneficial to their career. There's some players with a different temperament that play different and act different. And I think players like Musiala are an example of that. But Musiala played in Chelsea, so I guess Chelsea's academy. Moving to ours, I mean, yeah, it was still a big step up, but he already had unfamiliar environments and he knew how to adapt and the mentality to keep himself good. So, yeah, man. But Frank Linkenstein is saying, Linkesh is saying Wanner will stay at Bayern. And Nagelsmann wants to promote him and make him better. So, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, I hope he needs to stay, but he has to play if he's going to stay here. Like, there's a difference between scoring 30 goals, you're playing in the under 18s, and you're performing, playing in that system. It's easy to score 30 goals, but in the Bundesliga, in the Premier League, in Serie A, even Ligue 1, even the Eredivisie, these leagues are a massive step up for these young players. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But so imagine Bayern signed De Ligt. I want Frankie De Jong next. Let's screw Barcelona if they want Lewandowski, right? Because I don't mind losing Lewandowski. We already squeezed the best years of his career, and I think we have emptied that cow of its milk. He's 34 in August, so next month he's older. Barcelona make their offer, 50 million. We bankrupt them. But let's say our evaluation of Lewandowski is 50 million. We value him at 50. They give us 50. We should be like reject. And we're like, all right, let's renegotiate. Give us Frankie de Jong, and we'll give you Bonasar plus 10 million for so now we have Bonasar and 10 million and Lewandowski. What's Lewandowski going to do when Bonasar is putting in crap crosses to him? Exactly. His crossing is trash. Let's just add to Barcelona's burden. Bayern know Barcelona is not going to exist in a few years because they're poor. You don't run a business the way Barcelona runs their club. You're selling all your assets, your imaging rights. Yeah, you got 200 million now. What's the point, though? What's the point in having 200 million, but your brand has been sold away to a third party that can decide what they want to do with you? That's poor. So Joan Laporta is just another example of, he wants to keep his job. And that's one of the big things. He's unwilling to take the risk because he wants to prove to the Barcelona club members that elect him every year or every other year. I don't know how their elections work. He wants to prove to them that I can be the guy you want, right? Keep me in office, keep me president, and I'm gonna prove to you that I can run this club. So that's why they're making these decisions. So according to Metro, they have made a bid to Bayern for Lewandowski. Yeah, that's confirmed. We know it's confirmed, but it's up to Bayern to accept because ultimately Bayern don't mind losing Lewandowski on a free. We lost Alaba on a free. We don't care. We don't care. Like Bayern ain't sitting there like, oh, no, Lewandowski's leaving on a free. No, we still have the best striker in the world for an extra season. It doesn't. Well, second best. Benzema's better. Second best striker in the world for another season. Lewandowski's a bum. No, I'm not. I'm not going to start a Lewandowski agenda just because he leaves us. We need Koulibaly or De Ligt or Alba. Ronaldo's hands move faster than his legs. They do. They do. Ronaldo's finished. He's finished like my lunch today. He's finished. I think we need De Ligt or Firpo. No. And Firpo. No. Let's not do that. We shouldn't do that to Barcelona. Oh shoot. Ronaldo's really striking out of United, huh? Wow. Wow, this is crazy. So Ronaldo won't be part of Man United squad for the start of preseason. Really unprofessional, but it's CR70, so I expect the same. CR70, man. This dude's almost 70 years old, and he still thinks he's it. Like, why is he demanding Champions League football? Like, he's not one of the main reasons United didn't get it. Like, he was sucking up all the chances. He was missing hella chances. And the goals he was scoring, like, half his goals came from goalkeeper errors. Now, Ronaldo's a bum. But anyways, he's not going to travel to Bangkok tomorrow with the United squad. And they're giving him time off to deal with personal family issues. I get it, man. You lost a kid, but you're still pushing for a move outside your club. You still want to leave your club. That doesn't make sense. Now, Ronaldo's a bum, man. Let's be real. He's a bum. But all right. Let's say but if you're dealing with a personal issue, why are you showing up to the Portuguese national team training complex to train? Why are you training at Sporting Lisbon, your old club? You're still training. You're still playing. You just don't want to be at United because you don't want to make it look like you care about United. What you want to do is make United sell you, and then you go to Chelsea or something. That's what Ronaldo wants. That's what he wants. Ronaldo took them to the round of 16s. Yeah, his goal against Villarreal, goalkeeper error. I mean, what's his name? Was it Rulli? This dude could not catch. He couldn't catch a ball if it was COVID. So Rulli, the goalkeeper at Villarreal, dropped the ball a billion times. Ronaldo capitalized. Fair enough, he scored one good goal. But look, Ronaldo ain't it. Like, let's be honest. Ronaldo's finished. Messi is still balling for Argentina. He still performs for PSG. I think Messi next season will prove why he's even more of a GOAT. Ronaldo just is not it, man. He's not it. Messi's a better goal scorer than Ronaldo because his chance conversion rate is just better. Why? I don't. Let me not even talk about Messi right now. Or let me not talk about dinosaurs like Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's a fossil fuel. Like, all these countries are running out of oil. Ronaldo's a fossil fuel. He's old, man. It's over. Bro, give it up. It's like an old man with hair that reaches here. Like, just shave it off. You're bald. Just accept you're a bald. Just accept it. You're a baldy. Get some Bosley and, I don't know, get some hair products, some gel or something. I don't know. I mean, Ronaldo uses all the hair product in the world. Let's be real. I think it's over. Just let your career go. He wants to be making $20 million a season while offering very little on the pitch. His hold-up play is not good. He's not consistent in his goal scoring because for Man United, he scored in spurts. He would score 3 goals, 2 goals here. And then by March, Ronaldo had 9 Premier League goals. 9. I'm not even kidding. 9. So you're telling me for like 30 games, he had 9 goals. And then the rest, he added an additional 9. The penalties here and there, which, by the way, he got worse at penalties somehow. His free kicks are bad, terrible. He scored 1. Everyone loses their mind. They forget it was his first free kick scored in years. Ronaldo's a bum. Let's finish it off at that. We don't want him at Bayern. We don't want Ronaldo at Bayern. He's washed, man. He's washed. He's soap. He's washed. So yeah, it's just my opinion. Who am I though? Who am I to say these things? He went to Juve, had the worst free kick conversion rate in Serie A, essentially wasted their time. He has the worst free kick conversion rate in Juventus history. It's crazy. Went to Juve, wasted people's time. When Juve declined, he jumped ship. He jumped ship. And that's what happened. All right, but thank you everyone so much for watching. I don't know what I'm gonna do today, but we might go live again, make another video. But apparently Upamecano changed his agency. Wow. They're saying it should have little impact on Bayern, but a source told me today that it might be close. So this is from Manuel Veth, that it might not be the case, right? It looks like they might push for the Premier League at some point, which is actually BS, right? Players change your agent all the time. Just because you change your agent doesn't mean anything. Like, your current agents just not know any Premier League clubs. Like, Upamecano's agent was like, wasn't it his dad or something? Or like, it wasn't even. And then I guess he got a proper agency, and that's it. Like, he probably feels more connected to his agent now, like to his new agent. Dude, I don't care about Upamecano changing his agency. It's the same. It's the same to me. Like, he's the same player. Dude. Yeah, that's it. I don't care. Not a good idea. He doesn't fit Bayern. Bayern's about the whole team. Yeah, Ronaldo's not going to fit Bayern. Ronaldo stands in the box and scores. That's it, exactly. Which isn't too bad, but if you offered more to the team, it'd be a valuable asset to have. Ronaldo not. Oh my gosh, there's a fly in my mouth. Damn, it scared me. All right, Ronaldo not going to play preseason with Man United. Right, exactly. You know that he's a bum, bro. He's a bum. This is what bums do, right? When things get tough, he doesn't get tough. He stays the same, and that's the issue. So, CR70 for a reason. All right, thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia, and peace. Yeah, Coman also changed his agency before signing a new contract. Doesn't mean much, right? People try to put things where things don't exist. If Upamecano wanted to go to the Premier League, he would have gone before Bayern's move. Why would he come to Bayern and then go to? It doesn't make sense. When you're at Bayern, you're one of the biggest. Like you can only upgrade, and you can only upgrade to like two clubs: Barcelona and Real Madrid. Even Liverpool haven't really cemented themselves as, or Man City. Like, yeah, they win trophies, but win a Champions League, you buffoons. So, yeah, I'll see you later. This fly is gonna kill me. If I die, it's the fly.